Recorded Books presents Let It Be Me, A Misty River Romance by Becky Wade, narrated by Barbara Mcculloh. Chapter 1. Mom and Dad are not my biological parents. Leah Joanna Montgomery blinked, slowly, then squinted at the DNA test results displayed on her computer screen, straining to digest the information displayed there. But no, she couldn't digest it. The very fast brain she'd relied on all her life was currently sitting in the corner, immobilized by shock, sucking its thumb. Mom and Dad are not my parents? A metaphorical ghost reached past her skin and squeezed her organs in a cold, tight fist. How could Mom and Dad not be her parents? She was 28 years old, and this was the first time that any entity, human or computer, had given her a reason to think that they weren't. "Do we have any snacks?" Leah startled at the question and jerked her head up. Her 17-year-old brother Dylan had made an unusual excursion from his room and was standing very near the dining room table where she sat. "Earth to Leah," it was what he said every time he discovered that she'd gotten lost in her own mind. Subtly, she angled her laptop's screen away from him. She typically got lost in her own mind while navigating labyrinths of pure math. This was the first time she'd become lost in the rubble of a genealogical bomb. Snacks? She was finding it hard to switch from a life-altering revelation to the mundanity of food. "Do we have any?" He'd dressed his 6-foot-tall, thin, slouch-shouldered body in a Misty River high football t-shirt and narrow joggers that hugged his calves. He had a mop of artful brown curls, expressive eyebrows, big and dark Bambi eyes, and a pale complexion. He resembled a poet who specialized in morose verse. "We have whatever snacks are in the pantry," she said. "Oh," he responded, as if this had not occurred to him. "Do we have Cheez-Its?" "I think so." Scintillating conversation concluded, he slunk toward the kitchen. Almost cautiously, Leah looked around herself. If Mom and Dad weren't her parents, then could she trust these walls not to melt? The roof not to vanish? Another dimension not to suck her away? "Father God," she whispered. Those simple words, asking for things she couldn't even name. She gazed out the expanse of windows on the front side of her rectangular box of a home. The large panes of glass overlooked a steep, wooded valley with a creek at its base. On this 7th day of May, the crisp, vivid green of the trees blanketing the North Georgia Blue Ridge Mountains contrasted with the cheerful orange azaleas blooming in her front planting bed. She'd painted the interior walls of the house a calming off-white and stained the wood floor ashy beige. No clutter marred her simple, mid-century modern furniture. Her Friday afternoon had been following an entirely predictable routine. She worked as a math teacher at Misty River High, where Dylan was finishing up his junior year. They'd both returned home from school less than 30 minutes ago. She'd cracked open her computer and spotted an email from yourheritage.com with a subject line proclaiming, "Your DNA results are in. Discover your heritage." A balloon of interest inflating within her, she'd logged onto the Your Heritage site and clicked the button to reveal the results of the saliva sample she'd mailed in 6 weeks before. Then she'd been walloped with the information that she was not biologically related to her mom or her dad. And her ordinary Friday had jumped its track and careened into a gorge. "Where are the Cheez-Its?" Dylan called. Leah joined him and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?